Hi guys, Mr. I bit my tongue. Ow. God, that's the first time that's ever happened, I think, doing my intro in like 12 years of making YouTube videos. That's crazy. Anyway, this video is going to be breaking down everything coming to zombies in Season 6, specifically revolving around the new map Forsaken and also some extra bits and pieces. Let's get straight into it. To kind of set the scene for Forsaken, Treyarch did a little story recap, which I covered yesterday. You can check that out on my channel if you want, but the kind of 10-second version of it is basically that Requiem are trying to bring Zykov out of the Dark Ether to stop the Forsaken from getting into their world, and Omega are trying to kind of weaponize the Forsaken in order to use it against the West. With all that going on, Requiem's director has approved Agent Maxis for Operation First Domino, which is going to tap into her new Dark Ether powers and use her essentially for some secret objective that Requiem, or certainly the director at least, has. One of the weapons we'll have access to in Forsaken is the CHRYSALAX, which was teased last week. This is what it looks like. I think it's beautiful, and it was forged in the pools of Ethereum, whatever the hell that means. Just like previous Cold War Wonder weapons, you're going to be able to get it out of the mystery box and trials, as well as doing some kind of in-game quest in order to guarantee that you get it first time round. It has two forms. One is called the CHRYSALAX Savager, which is an axe that can kill multiple zombies in one swing. We saw that in the trailer. And the alternative, also seen in the trailer, is the CHRYSALAX Storm, which is a rapid-fire dark energy ether weapon. The shots that it fires have a chance to mutate normal zombies into explosive Ethereum crystal bombs for added crowd control, which is pretty damn awesome. And speaking of crowd control, you've also got two new support weapons. One's the hand cannon, and the other is the ARC XD, or ARC XD, which is essentially an ether remote-controlled explosive device. These probably need no explanation. I mean, the hand cannon will, I'm sure, be really good for targeting weak points of certain special enemies, stuff like that, and the ARC XD is just going to be good for crowd control in general. So that's nice, and crowd control is always welcome, but if you don't have PhD negating that explosive damage, it's an awful lot less attractive, right? But seeing as PhD is being added to the game in Season 6, that will no longer be a worry, and we can talk today about PhD's different skill tiers. So at base, sliding into enemies triggers an explosion, and the size and damage increases the further you slide before impact. Bear in mind, there's no dolphin diving in the game, so that's why it's no longer PhD flopper, it's PhD slider. At skill tier 1, you get immunity to environmental damage when sliding. Skill tier 2 gives you increased slide duration, which I'm really looking forward to, actually. The fact that this game doesn't have the kind of chain hopping mechanic that we had in BO3 has just been unfortunate, I think. I loved that mechanic in BO3, and the fact that we're now getting longer slides might sort of go some way at least to make it feel like it's just a bit more fun to move around and do those super long power slides. Skill tier 3 is going to give us immunity to self-inflicted explosive damage, which is what we've been looking for this whole damn time. That's PhD for you. Skill tier 4 gives you increased slide speed, which again, very exciting, and combined with skill tier 2 makes me wonder if this is going to completely revolutionize speed runs as well. Having people slide all over the goddamn place is going to be amazing. And skill tier 5 means that falling from a large height will trigger an explosion, and the size and damage increases the higher from which you fall. And so it isn't PhD flopper by name, but it's kind of PhD flopper by spirit and by action, by verb that it enables. Like, there's elements of the flop aspect that are baked into this, and that's really good in my opinion. Treyarch have, I think, struck a nice balance here between kind of revolutionizing the way the perk works for the new skill tier system, for Cold War, etc., but then also kind of keeping some of those core fundamental roots that make PhD PhD. As Treyarch says, you can combine this, of course, with all the other perks. I mean, you're going to have, I think, 10 perks total once PhD is introduced, and it will be added into the Wonder Fizz and all the previous maps as well, so you'll be able to get it in every map, and that's going to mean that you can combine it with Stamina Up and your Jug and your Speed Cola and all the other perks, of course, to sprint, slide, zoom, flop, kind of, create massive explosions, negate explosive damage. Like, it's all going to be one big package, and that's pretty exciting, I think. As usual, we're also getting new zombies challenges, which are going to allow you to unlock those cosmetic items and XP rewards, as well as new operator missions and a new Dark Ops challenge to conquer in the Forsaken map. 20 new season challenges are coming to zombies with unique calling cards and XP rewards, and the main quest for Forsaken will launch at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. UK time on October 7th. Also, a non-Forsaken change here is that the DIE Wonder Weapon, which is in Outbreak and also in, of course, Steam Machine, is now upgradable at the Pack-a-Punch machine. That's pretty damn cool, in my opinion. I don't really know why it took this long for this change to be made. Like, surely that's something they could have just done on launch? I don't know. It seems like they maybe wanted it not to be packable at launch, and now they're just changing their mind. Regardless, though, I'm happy. I think this is a good change, so Treyarch, thumbs up. Thanks for doing this. And not only that, Treyarch are also enabling the Rampage Inducer for local offline play. If you don't know what the Rampage Inducer is, they introduced it very recently. It basically supercharges the first sort of part of the game so that all those boring rounds where things are a bit slow are no longer quite so boring. Onslaught's going to be getting a new map called Deprogram, which is one of the new maps coming in Season 6, and actually looks like a really cool map. It's really kind of trippy and interesting. And there's also a new Onslaught Elite limited time mode where you'll face elite enemies with each surge. If you get through 20 surges in Onslaught Elite, you'll get the exclusive Rock Salt weapon blueprint, which you can add to your collection. And with all that stuff said, let's quickly go back to Forsaken to talk about some of the new details and things and elements of the map that they've actually revealed as well. Number one, there is a new elite enemy in Season 6 called the Abomination. That's no doubt going to be showing up a lot in Forsaken, but it sounds like it may actually show up in previous maps as well, because it's just being introduced as a global change, I believe. Plaguehound Pounce behavior has changed to make their attacks easy to telegraph and dodge, which is really cool. You're going to be able to kind of jabate those Plaguehounds now, which I'm looking forward to. And they've also changed Tempest behavior so that they now teleport in bursts, and after multiple teleports, they'll be unable to teleport for a period of time. And this change, oh my goodness me, I've been waiting and waiting for this, dude. The number of times I've tried to chase down a goddamn Tempest and they keep teleporting away from me. No more Tempests. You will no longer be able to run from your fate. I will take you down when I want to. I'm looking forward to this. Thank you, Treyarch. There's a new trap in Forsaken called Suspended Hind, which they've given us no details about, but Suspended Hind kind of sounds like a chopper that's maybe crash landed and the blade of it is like facing upside down kind of towards the zombies or whatever. So maybe when we spawn in Forsaken, our chopper's gonna crash. I mean, we might even lose Raptor 1, and that's gonna be the trap. Like, that would be pretty damn awesome if so. Just the theory though, game theory. We've also got new intel, of course, coming to Forsaken, and we're probably gonna end up with a whole bunch of stuff that is gonna relate to Vanguard, so that's pretty exciting. And there'll also be new Dark Ether story in Onslaught, of course, too. Dead Ops Arcade 3 has a couple of changes in the gameplay section things. They've addressed invisible collision on the barely making it map. They've addressed a situation where the geothermal pool could activate during Fate of Black and possibly kill player during arena gameplay. And they've improved loot spawn on the geothermal map to prevent items from spawning inside or close to objects. And finally, there have been some stability issues recently with Dead Ops Arcade 3, but they've addressed an issue with out-of-memory scenarios in late-stage games and added general stability and exploit fixes. All in all, though, I think this is all really damn exciting. The fact that they've kind of teased some of the new enemies coming, they've given us a little bit of information about the Wonder Weapon, they've kind of hinted towards little things here and there, that's all pretty exciting in my opinion. And I'm sure Treyarch has some crazy stuff up their sleeves for what is now the end of the Cold War Zombies DLC season. This is it. The Ether, the Infinite. Okay, I won't do the Monty quote for the 100th time, but you get the point, guys. This is where things are all going to be wrapping up. It's going to be pretty damn high stakes. Going to be exciting to see Samantha get shot in the head by the director. I'm looking forward to that. It's not going to happen, but I wish, dude. You'll have to see my other videos on what I've been saying about the story recently in order to understand why the hell I want that to happen. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to wrap the video up here. Thanks for watching, guys. Drop a like if you've enjoyed, and make sure you're subscribed because I'm going to be pumping out zombies videos and all sorts of other videos this week too. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting one. Stay tuned.